Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast. With your host, Craig Casamas and Big J Curran.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, you guys?
Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast. You want to pop the can real quick?
Hell yeah.
While I'm talking? There you go. Today's podcast is sponsored by Balcom Canyon Ciders, a local Ventura company. They have been on a run, on a tear, creating some of the best goddamn hard ciders you've ever had. This is the Hibiscus we got today, Gateway as well. We're very excited to have them on as a sponsor. We're going to be doing a lot of content with them, so go ahead and check them out. Balcom Canyon Cider, based right here out of Ventura.
The Hibiscus is really, really good.
Yeah.
The Gateway is a little bit more just tart and champagne-y, and this one's just a really good, not really sweet, but lightly sweet, just a great tasting, beautiful cider.
And the can brings out the color in your eyes. You know, look at that.
And my lips.
Yeah. Also, next sponsor for the podcast, and more on this later, Dead Man's Beard Co., right? Check it out right here, Dead Man's Beard Co. They make the best beard products on planet Earth. I'm looking at the new Death by Citrus flavor. There's the Agave Tides. There's Supernova. There are a million different scents, beard balms, beard butters, beard oil, shampoos, conditioners, all sorts of products, anything to make your beard be on point. Dead Man's Beard Co. has it. So check them out. Use the code GETHEAVY for 15% off your first order. Now let's get into the podcast. Jay,
Let's go.
how the hell are you, man? How was your
Rugged,
trip?
bro.
Yeah,
Rugged.
you look
It's
a little
rough.
beat up today.
I'm ready to go back to bed.
Are you?
Yeah, it's a lot of, you go on vacation and it's fun, but I put out a post the other day that says I don't think I've ever gone on vacation at the end of the vacation when I hear people go, man, I wish I could just stay here. I don't want to go home. I've never once have I ever said that.
Yeah.
I get to the end of vacation and
Yeah.
I'm like, I cannot wait to get back to Ventura.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get home. I miss my friends. I miss my people. I miss the town. I miss my house. I really miss my dog.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that this will be going on like this ever again. I mean, I might be one of those people that ships their dog with them, man. It was bad.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And then I got home last night, and she was just...
She lost it.
Oh, she was... I made sure that she came outside because I knew she was going to pee everywhere. She gets that from Honey. But as soon as we laid down, she just... literally was like laying on me and just staring at me.
Yeah.
And it was just so adorable.
After
man.
the 45 minutes of Zoomies, probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the trip was great. We went to Nashville, flew into Nashville because you can't fly into Memphis. Flew into Nashville, and then drove down to Memphis, and we went down there to go to the Stax Museum and the Civil Rights Museum.
Okay. Protesting it, obviously, right?
It was...
You guys were, I did hear that you were in the brown shirt rally down there going
Yeah,
on,
of
dude.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm in. It was the main thing that I was really interested in was I really wanted to go check out the Stax Museum. And then if you know what Stax is or don't know what Stax is, it was a music label that started out of Memphis that was like one of the first and probably actually the first in America to be in Memphis in the 50s and 60s or 60s in Memphis and being a multiracial recording studio.
Wow.
So, like, the bass player was a guy named Donald Duck Dunn, who's insane, and just all these different people that were in the band. But it was interracial, and it was interracial when there was nothing but tension going on
especially down there.
Yeah, and if you guys are interested in Stax at all, if you guys just like really cool documentaries, there's a great documentary on Max, HBO Max, whatever you call it. Great documentary about it. It's a 4-part series that really explains it. And it's an incredible scene, an incredible thing that they did, and just a travesty of what they went through. Like, because it wasn't just, there was a lot of ups and downs and then the final down, but they produced Isaac Hayes. They did Rufus, which had a song everybody's heard, like Walking the Dog and stuff. And they did Stax LA or something, I think they called it, where they did a concert at the Rams Stadium in LA.
Wow.
That had like, I don't know, I think they said like 100,000 black people showed up to the stadium.
Wow.
And they did a show with Isaac Hayes and the Barkays and Rufus Thomas and all these different people. And there was not one incident. Not one. And they even show a video of a guy that ran out on the field and he was kind of acting stupid, and finally like everybody kind of rushed out of the stands and kind of surrounded him and
like,
then
nope,
just
you're not
moved
fucking
him
this up for
gently off the field and stuff. But very, very, very cool, man. But we were there. We walked in with a group of people. When we walked out, there was nobody left because we sat there for 2.5, 3 hours.
Wow.
Just reading about different stuff.
Wow.
If you get a chance, you can look at Isaac Hayes' Cadillac that's at Stax Museum. This is insane.
Really?
It's so insane,
I bet,
dude. It's a dark blue with gold everything else, and it's got shag rug inside.
Hell yeah, dude.
We'll if we can find a picture of it, we'll put that in there because it is hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just incredible, man. And when we were in Memphis, or when we were in Nashville, when we flew into Nashville the first night, we stayed there, went and ate at a place called Skulls. It was absolutely just incredible. But we ate there, and then we went down, they call it Printer's Alley, and we walked down Printer's Alley and hit all the bars and walked around and checked it out. And music everywhere. If you go there, make sure you have a bunch of dollars or fives or whatever in your pocket, because any of these bands that you see playing there, they're not getting paid. None of them get paid, so they get tips.
They just
so
tip jar
you just
everywhere.
tip jar everywhere, and so. But every bar you go into, there's people playing music, and it's awesome music, and it's a good time. Friendly people everywhere you go. But when we went into Nashville, some people are like, "Oh, you're going to Memphis," and everybody kind of warned me that Memphis could be a little bit rough.
Totally,
and,
yeah.
and,
I mean, I even warned you.
Yeah. And man, there's a stark contrast between Nashville and Memphis.
There
man.
sure is.
We went to a place called the Gulch down in Nashville yesterday, and it again, and we've talked about this, I think, but all of us in Ventura County, a lot of us are tattooed,
Right.
like hand tattoos, neck tattoos, tattoo. No,
not out there.
No. Like you'll see an occasional other one that's like tattooed, and but no.
Wow.
And then a lot of people hit me up. Hey, do you play in a band or something?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
what's because I didn't look like anybody.
Yeah.
But it just very, very. A lot of like college town sweatshirts and
Sure, yeah.
and just a lot of very, 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 very vanilla people.
Yeah.
But the whole trip, everybody was just as nice as can be.
Right.
I mean, you just realize what a bunch of pricks we are when you go someplace else, man. You walk into the store and people say hi, and you're like,
Hey.
what's up? What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're just saying hi.
Yeah.
But yeah, Memphis is bleak.
It is.
It is.
Yeah, I told you. I mean, it is bleak, dude.
Yeah.
The little bit of time I spent there, because I remember going to Nashville and being like, "This is a town." It's got a mini Vegas vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like very small version. Like not the gambling and shit, but just there's shit going on, man.
Everywhere, constantly.
Everywhere there's stuff going on.
Every corner.
You know what I mean? And then Memphis, you know it as the blues town, BB King's home. All the
Beale
things.
Street.
Yeah, and all that stuff. And I just remember we got to Memphis and it was like, you're on tour, so it's like you show up somewhere at like 12 in the afternoon on an off day, when Beale Street ain't popping. You know what I mean? And you're like, what the fuck, man? And it wasn't bad. We had some great food, went and sat in some clubs, did the same kind of thing. Didn't get to do a lot of the museums or the check out. I mean, we checked out some of I think we ended up checking out the Stax Museum, but it's been so long. I can't really. I also wasn't paying attention that
Stax
hard.
is kind of out of the way from
Is it?
downtown.
Okay, so
Yeah,
whatever
probably
was
not.
on
But
Beale was what we
there's
did.
so many museums around there.
Yeah.
We did the Civil Rights Museum too.
Yeah.
And that's a rough one.
Yeah.
That's not a happy, joyous moment when
No.
you walk out of there.
Yeah.
It was pretty deep.
Yeah, we toured one when we were in Birmingham, Alabama,
Okay.
on tour once, and it's rough, dude. You're like, holy
Dude,
fuck.
they they called it Bombingham.
Yeah.
Bombingham because they bombed so many different churches and schools and just all this. Man, yeah, that walking out of that civil rights museum was just it was rough. I had to kind of sit down for a little while and reprocess and then go drink.
Yeah. So what? Let's get the timeline going. You flew into Nashville. That was on Saturday, Friday. When'd you leave? No, Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday
or Tuesday. I don't know.
No, Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday.
We
Okay.
flew in Tuesday.
Yeah. So you flew in Tuesday.
Yeah.
So you were there just for the night.
Flew in Tuesday. Rented a car. Rented a Porsche Macan.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. It was on Turo, and it was a cool little car. It had been used.
Oh, okay.
It had really been used, you know. But it was fun to drive, and it was really, really comfortable.
Yeah.
And it had a good stereo in it for the most part. So we flew in, stayed the night. We went down to Printer's Alley. Like I said, had dinner at a place called Skulls.
Yeah.
Is it Skull and Roses or just Skulls? But I think it's just Skulls. Incredible food, incredible bar. It was Fat Tuesday, so it was popping.
Yeah.
You know, it was also cool because it wasn't popping. That was one of the best things about this trip, is it wasn't popping at any time. Really, was it ever like super packed with people?
Sure.
It was kind of cold. A lot of people did go down to New Orleans for Fat Tuesday because it's just a short drive.
Right.
So it was really, really nice to just be able to go in and sit down places.
Not having to wait.
No, and not just be bombarded with people.
Right.
But hit all the bars on Printer's Alley, and we walked around and did that, and then caught a band. I don't remember where we went that first night. Yeah. I know we went to Skulls. I think after Skulls, we went back to the room, went to bed, but it was pretty late by that time.
Yeah.
And then next day got up and drove
to
Memphis. But we didn't drive there's the 40.
Right.
And the 40 essentially is like the 110.
Right.
You know, it's this 2-lane little road, just trucks. And there's no like California where trucks have to stay in this lane.
No, yeah. No.
There's none of that, dude.
It's a wild fucking west out there, dude.
And they don't care.
And there's like the 0 speed limit. I think,
And
triple trailers.
Everybody's doing 80.
Yeah,
triple trailers
doing
out
80.
there probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we took the
scenic route in.
We took the Natchez.
Because it's
a
few hours, right?
Yeah, it took us. It's like 3 hours.
Yeah.
It took us probably 6.
Oh, okay. After stopping and doing the things.
Yeah, but we took the Natchez Trail.
Okay.
That is it's a parkway, so it's a designated thing, and we went through and read all the signs and stuff, and got out and walked around a couple times, and it was beautiful, man.
Yeah.
But it is such a stark contrast to here, where you drive for 15 or 20 minutes, you get off the freeway, there's someplace to eat, someplace to drink, someplace to get gas, something.
Yeah.
There it is a nice house trailer that doesn't look like anybody could live in it, and then a bunch of cars out there, and then the nice house, and then there's the real nice houses.
Right.
But the way that they were intermixed was just really interesting.
Yeah.
Couldn't find a bar.
Oh, really?
Like, we couldn't really find too much of a restaurant that we really wanted to stop at. We did end up finding this really cool little barbecue joint. Oh. And the people there were so just you feel like you're walking into somebody's kitchen to eat, because everybody's so nice and friendly, and people in the back are saying hi to you, engaging with you, and checking on you, and it was really, really good. We had a pulled pork sandwich. It was really, really good. But
nice. Yeah.
The whole drive though, and it's not just like we couldn't find really any bars.
Sure.
But we couldn't there wasn't a whole lot of anything.
Sure.
And then I was talking to a guy that he lived up there, that was in he was in Memphis, but he had lived in Nashville, and he'd lived in some of the places that I had was talking to him about, and he just goes, "This COVID."
Oh, really?
He goes, once COVID kind of came through, none of those businesses could stay open,
sure,
because there was nobody, and that's so He goes, we lost a lot of businesses at that time, and they just haven't really come back. You
Beautiful
know,
country, though. Huh?
It is. It's way, way different. And I think going in spring, there's no leaves on the trees.
Yeah.
It's pretty,
Well,
you know,
I think
you
we're
can
still-
see the same thing. If you drive 15 miles, you've seen the whole drive.
Right, yeah.
You know, I mean,
Just
there
repeat
wasn't
that for another 4. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, but the roads were beautiful, and the car had, like I said, we just listened to music and enjoyed the drive, and really, you know. But then, like I said, once you get down into Memphis, man, it turns into a whole different, completely different.
Yeah.
They're not friendly white people anymore. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty confident about going to places that are pretty damn sketchy. I bought a brush.
Nice.
I bought this brush. And then
sharpened it to a point.
Sharpened it to a point. I did.
Made a prison shift. Yeah,
you can see where I did. Yeah, and it's just enough to stick in somebody's eye. But I was not going to walk around there without nothing, and I couldn't find a knife place.
Right.
But there was I wanted to stop at this liquor store to get a bottle to take back to the room, and there was a few places where I was looking at liquor store. No, there's 5 dudes posted up right there at that front door, and I don't think they probably like white people.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You know,
no, it's. I was telling you, when you get there, you're gonna be fucking kind of shocked. You know,
because
we know what a ghetto looks like. We know what a ghetto looks like.
Yeah.
But when you get into the South, deep poverty South, it is a completely different animal.
And it's
you know what I mean?
Not
it is
even
a completely different level of fucking poverty.
It's when a lot of us, I think, when we picture a ghetto, we think of Chicago, we think of Detroit, we think of Baltimore, we think of, you know, I don't think how many people know how Broward County is down in Florida.
Sure.
Because it doesn't on the surface level, it doesn't look like the rest of them do, but it's a gnarly ass ghetto as well. But it was bleak.
It feels, some of it feels hopeless. Over
Yeah.
there. You feel like this is going to be like this forever. You know, and whereas you see LA, it's gentrification. Things are changing constantly. Yes. People are getting pushed out of their neighborhoods, all this shit. But it's always changing a little bit, right? Even fucking Oxnard, Ventura.
Yeah.
You know, look at the Avenue now. You know what I mean? It's but when you get in the deep South, and this is generations of neighborhoods that have been like this, and they're only getting worse.
Yeah.
You're like, God, bleak.
And
yeah,
then
bleak is the perfect word for it.
You go to the Stax Museum and you listen to their history and their story that was based off of good music, but it was also based off the fact that they were integrated. But along with that, all this the messed up stuff that happened to them. And then you go to the Civil Rights Museum and you go through and you're reading about all the different stuff that went on around there. And then you look at the timeline and you're like, okay, this was the 50s and 60s. Okay, well then this is the 70s. Then it starts to kind of get into the 80s, and then it kind of fades at about that point.
Right.
And then you're driving around town going, huh. They got nicer cars, I guess.
Yeah, well, since the 80s,
but that's
it's not,
it's not. It wasn't like you went out there and just saw a whole bunch of neighborhoods that were clean and happy people outside playing ball or anything like that. It just looked as desolate as it did, or destitute as it did back in the old times, man.
Yeah.
You know, just not. Although the food was fantastic.
Of course, yeah.
You know, food
And it looked like
really
you found
good.
some rad bars and some,
Dude,
some
the
great
bars
places to eat.
The bars were awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, you go downtown to where Beale Street is, and you walk around downtown Beale Street, and we were, like I said, when we went there wasn't a whole bunch of people. Even when we went down there on Friday night, there wasn't a ton of people.
Right.
If you plan a trip to Memphis, do yourself a favor. 3 days on that long end.
Long end. Yeah.
You know, you get down there. Well, hold on. If you're into Elvis,
Sure.
you could probably make it another.
You could do a whole day.
Of course, if
over
you're
there.
into Elvis, you're probably not going to the Stax Museum, and maybe not even to the Civil Rights Museum.
Right.
But I don't care about Elvis at all. I don't. It means nothing to me other than my mom loved him.
Right.
But so. 2 or 3 days.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's
you don't need to we did the horse and carriage buggy around. We did that down
That's
by
cool.
the water and stuff. That was really cool.
Yeah.
And it is beautiful. But what I really enjoyed the most about it, and it's what I enjoy about everywhere I go, is going into the bars.
Mm-hmm.
We always go sit at the bar. We never sit at a table.
Right.
Always sit at a bar.
Mm-hmm.
And with the exception of a couple of spots, everybody was always super friendly and informative and letting you know what's going on and like, hey, go check this out. Because I always go, hey, man, where do you eat? Where do you, where do you go? What do you, what do you, and they inevitably tell us
always,
and you get to talk to people. People next to you end up talking to you. And we ended up sitting there yesterday talking to a couple for about 45 minutes. They were from Florida. Awesome people, man. It was just such a good time.
Yeah.
There was a bar that if I was a millionaire, because it would cost quite a bit, there was a bar at the train station or bus station in Memphis called 8th and Sands.
Okay.
You walk in, it's cathedral roof, just huge roof. I posted on my Instagram. It is a wall that is speakers and a big
That's
stereo.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Pretty
dude.
cool, huh?
They were playing nothing but like Memphis blues, jazz, funk, hip hop.
Yeah.
The bar was very high level cocktails, really, really good cocktails. Yeah. The guys behind the bar were super fun and really nice and cool. One girl sent us to a couple different places we went and ate at.
Nice.
And they had a listening room where you can go in there, and they had like a specific, like you could play, they had a little screen and you can hit it, and it's like Nashville year.
Oh, wow.
Or Memphis year. And then it would, you could sit there and it had a stack of speakers, a stack, and then a couch that sits right in front of it.
Oh, nice.
And you could just sit there and just zone out and listen to music and stuff. It was really just killer spots, man. Yeah. They had speakers hanging from the roof. So it was probably a 30-foot cable dropped down to this really nice big fat speaker that looked kind of like it was a chandelier. And it just had that music just wherever you walked, you got the same level of music. And the DJ booth had the turntables and stuff, but they had like repurposed an old organ. So it looked like there was all the switches and buttons and stuff from an old organ.
Yeah.
Except for I went and said, hey, man, are those in use? He goes, nah, it's just for looks, man.
Yeah.
He goes, with that, they were playing vinyl.
Yeah.
They weren't,
wow.
They had
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so cool, man.
Yeah,
very,
it's just
very
many
cool.
people, so few people get a real chance to see the real South and what it is, you know what I mean? And like I said, I've been lucky enough to tour around and see it, but I'm always there for a day, you know what I mean? But I remember being in Memphis and for the day and being like, I'm good. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Good.
No,
like,
that's
fine, you know?
We left early.
Yeah.
Did
you? Went back to Nashville early?
Which I want to talk about that too. But
Okay.
No, we left a day early, and ended up getting a room back in Nashville and going back and staying back in Nashville. And when first time we stayed in Nashville, we stayed downtown at a hotel called Indigo. It was really nice, right in the middle of it. So we stayed there, and then the next day, when we went back down to Memphis, we stayed at a place. Oh man, I'm blanking.
Yeah.
She's the one that kind of dealt, but the second two places we stayed, the Gatlin, and then the one that we stayed at, there's no desk, there's no front desk.
It's like
there's
you check in on your own.
You check in on a phone. You walk up and you put your phone. You put whatever number they tell you to put into the keypad. Then you go to your room, and then you put your number in the keypad, and then you walk in, and you never see anybody.
Right.
Nobody.
Yeah.
It's I don't.
It's odd.
It's odd. It's definitely odd. They're very helpful. They were nice. Everybody was good. I really wish I could remember the first place too, but we saw the lady the next day, and she's all like, "So is it kind of loud, or is it too noisy for you?" And we're like, "No, man, I don't know. It's nothing." Well, I also come home pretty
yeah,
you know,
pretty shit house,
yeah,
yeah.
we've been having a good one.
Yeah.
Except for the last night when we were going back to Nashville.
Mm.
So I knew the next morning we were going back to Nashville, so I took it easy. And man, it was loud. It was so noisy. Yeah, you could hear water and footsteps, and it was really noisy. But whatever, it was still a nice little spot, man.
Yeah.
But when we came back, we stayed in East Nashville, and so that again comes from talking to a bartender that was like, "Hey, when you go back, or if you're going to go back, next time you come into town, you know, check out East Nashville.
Right,
you're going to like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit more where the locals hang out.
Sure,
And, you know, so we went down there. We got our room. Across the street from the room was a bar called the Cobra, and then there was like 4 other little taverns and bars around there. When we got there, we stopped like where we thought was going to be the hangout, and it really was for a lot of people, but it was more just congested and packed, and it was all of those, you know, the kind of uninteresting white people to me, like exactly, yeah. So we stayed around there, went and ate and listened to some bluegrass at a really cool spot, and then we went back to where our hotel was at. And we walked across the street, and we started to walk in, and it was old garage.
Oh,
you know, it was Gigi's old garage.
When you called me, essentially?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, it was old garage. It was Gigi's. Yeah. The band was BOA, and then the
DOA?
other BOA. I don't know what it stood for because all of their merchandise had BOA.
Right.
And then a different meaning.
Oh, okay.
So it'd be I don't know, bound out of air or whatever. Every shirt said something different. And then the second band was really, really cool. They were really good. We liked them, and I cannot remember their name. But we knew it was going to be cool because we walk up, and before we walked in, we left, and then we went and checked out another spot up the street, and it was a cowboy bar, and it was packed full of 25-year-olds in Taylor Swift uniforms and hats. It was we didn't even, because normally if I walk into a place, I order a drink, then I sit there and judge everybody, and then I leave.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
we didn't even.
You didn't even
wait.
get that far.
No, it was bad.
Yeah.
So then we went back there, and we walk up, and we're kind of like, I always kind of look at the building to see what the situation is.
Oh yeah.
And there was a Prius, and on the bumper sticker was ill repute.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're like, all right, we're cool.
All right.
And then we walked in there, and we ended up hanging out there the rest of the night. And it was,
that's funny.
Pretty hardcore bands. They weren't really hardcore. They're not quite as hard as the fucking Wrath.
Yeah.
A little step down, but still really, really good and fun.
I know. It was so funny when you called me. I was like, he's at a show. And then I started hearing the song, and I was all, oh, he's at like a punk show, dude. That's awesome, dude.
I saw you laughing. And I was like, okay, that's what I got.
Yeah, it was a lot. We were fucking watching UFC and yelling at each other.
Yeah.
It was funny. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, man.
That's good.
And again, everywhere you go, everybody is so friendly. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, not on the outskirts of Memphis, but Nashville and Memphis, both of them for the most part, everybody was just super friendly.
Yeah. That's
good. It was a really, really good time. Lots of good music.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even.
Well, I'm glad you made it back, dude.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than a flight delay on the way home.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
So,
well, I guess on the way there would suck, too.
Yeah.
So, just a flight delay on the way home, you're like, God damn it.
Yeah,
dude.
we were supposed to leave at like 5 is when our flight back was supposed to be, and then we got it's been delayed to 7 o'clock, and then it's been delayed to 7:30.
Nice.
And then at that point, I hated looking at my phone.
I know,
because you're just waiting for the
next one.
Yeah, I mean, we actually, her and I were supposed to go to Nashville a couple years ago, flying out of L.A., and we got down to LAX, and they're like, "Yeah, you guys are. It's going to be 2 hours late," and we're like, "Okay." And this was like a fly out to Nashville, have dinner, go to a show, hang out, and then fly back.
Oh, wow.
Like leave Friday night, come back Sunday.
Yeah.
And flight ended up getting canceled and delayed until the next day.
Tight, dude.
Yeah. And then we just were like, hey, we'll just give us our money back on the flights. And we ended up going to some tiki bar.
Yeah,
it was a tiki bar.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
was no tiki about this bar, man. It was like in LA, right by the airport, like old school black dudes in there,
Yeah.
and a couple of big old white girls.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, and it was awesome. We sat there for a while and laughed and joked and
yeah.
it was a
Well,
good
cool,
time.
man. I'm glad you fucking got out and did it.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's so cool to see Memphis. Nashville's always going to be. It's so popular right now. It's only going to get crazier.
Understandable.
But Memphis it's a unique experience. You know.
Yeah.
What I mean? And not a lot of people get to see the real South. You know. What
Yeah.
I mean? And that's one of those towns where it's like, man, the reality of things gets a little rough. You know what I mean?
Well, it's.
But it's also got a beautiful culture at the same time.
Every single
you know?
restaurant has a no firearms sign at the front door. We went to a place called the Four-Way Market, which was like where the people from Stax back years and years and years ago, that's where they would go eat. It was soul food. It was incredible. It was so good. But I'm watching people and looking around, and I see carry conceal holsters on everybody.
For sure, dude. Everyone's
you know,
stacking down
yeah,
there.
yeah, oh
That's
yeah,
no joke.
yeah.
It's always wild when you go into a town like that and you're like, oh, everyone has a gun here, dude.
Yeah, but then when you're driving around, you're going, God, I wish I had one,
Yeah,
man.
I wish I had one.
I really was like, I went to the store, bought a brush, and sharpened the tip of the brush because I was like,
That's such a J move. Dude.
oh,
But I feel you because I'm the exact same way. Like, luckily when I was on tour, I always had a knife on me or something, you know what I mean? But like flying, because I haven't really done a lot of that, you know what I mean? Like fly to a place and go hang out, you know? So it would make me panic a little bit, not having anything to defend myself.
I almost inevitably, either I'll send a bag and then I'll just throw a knife in one of the bags. I never throw a good one. I always bring a throwaway.
Yeah.
Or I usually just get there and then try to find a Big Five,
Something.
a Dick's Sporting Goods, something.
Buy a $20 knife, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just something. Dude.
Yeah. And it could be that. And I just the
very funny.
gnarliest, cheapest,
Yeah.
Yeah. Bass Pro Shops.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they had the biggest Bass Pro Shop in Memphis. And it was a giant pyramid,
Nice.
glass pyramid.
Hell yeah, dude.
And the inside, if you guys haven't been to a Bass Pro Shop
they're the best.
anywhere,
They're my favorite store,
it's so.
Yeah. They're the best. They're the best fucking stores, dude.
I could have easily just spent so much money on shit I'll never use. I need a bass boat.
Yeah, totally, man. Yeah, well, that's cool. Well, yeah, we had a nice little, it's been a nice little break. We went to the LA Zoo yesterday, which we haven't been to in, I don't know, I think the kids were literally like 4 when
Never been.
It's fucking pretty cool. It's cheaper than Santa Barbara.
Huh.
It's cheaper than Santa Barbara by a good amount, and it's an hour away. You know what I mean? You hit a little traffic or whatever. But we had a fucking great time, dude. They have all sorts of cool animals. I'll tell you what, I don't think I've ever seen a real rhino. Those things are tanks, dude.
Yeah.
When you see a rhino, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, you just look at it like this. It's so fucking crazy how big those things are, dude.
And hippos.
And well, I don't see a hippo there, but I've seen hippos at the zoo before. But a fucking rhino, dude, I haven't seen. And you just look at it and you're like, imagine that thing. No wonder no one fucks with those. You know what I mean? Like,
what are you going to do to it?
I don't know.
They
look like they're armor plated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was one of those things where you like, and you can get pretty fucking close to it. Like you can get surprisingly close to the animals at the LA Zoo. It's like, it's pretty shocking. Like you go to Santa Barbara and you're like, this motherfucker, dude. Like the size of a fucking Volkswagen Bug. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And can flip one without even thinking about it.
Easily. Have you ever taken the kids to the safari park down in San Diego?
No, that's what we really want to do that. Yeah.
Do it where spend the money and do this where you do it at the right time of year and then stay the night.
Oh yeah, that's what we want to do that. Yeah, it was fun, man. But fucking Bronson the other day, dude, he's just been on fire, man. I don't know what the hell's going on with him, but he's been real stoked about shit, dude. He had a good time at the zoo. He thought it was the coolest shit he's ever seen in his life, dude. Yeah, it was awesome.
It's the best part.
Yeah,
it really is. Cool. It's the funnest, best part about kids.
Yeah,
is when they're excited.
Yeah, it was fun, man. Yeah, we also something I want to throw out. That's just a really nice, kind thing that happened that same night that I saw you videoed me. Is that Scout, my daughter, is trying to be a tattooer, right? And so I don't know if you saw, she finished up Rosie's fish on her foot. So Rosie posted a video, my wife, of our daughter, finally colored in this little, goldfish on her foot, right? And fucking Howie, dude. Howie calls me that night and says just the nicest shit. You know what I mean? Like, and it made me feel so fucking, because you get very few moments as a parent where other people acknowledge, you know what I mean? Like, what a good job you're hopefully doing, right? And I just wanted to really shout out Howie, man, because he called and said some fucking just really killer shit about her work and how it fucking, she has something for sure. And now he wants to spend some time with her. He wants to take her in and like take her down and show her like basic techniques and cleaning and doing all the things, right?
The cleaning is the most, that's important.
Of course it is, but even just basic line work and needle depth and RPM, and he just like, it was such a fucking cool moment, dude, for him to call me and like, be like, because he saw this picture and he's like, look, the fucking edibles are kicking in, man. I might be mumbling. It's just, so Howie is an incredible tattooer. He's been on the pod a million times. Yeah. And just the nicest guy, dude. And for someone to reach out like that, like, was such a sweet thing to do.
He is 100% one of the sweetest human beings you'll ever. Yeah. He is an artist, and he has the ADD, HD, OCD, EFG. He's got all of them.
The Hep C.
Yeah, he's got he's got all that stuff going on for him. But he also, is just the kindest, sweetest, nicest human man. Just such a good guy. Yeah, I love that, and it doesn't surprise me. That
but just to have someone reach out and be like, because as a parent, you want your kids to find a thing and you want your kids to succeed. You know what I mean? It's like, just to have someone reach out and be like, hey, man, your kid has something. Like, for sure has something. And like, by a professional that knows what the fuck they're talking about.
That's the big, because we all know that she does.
I think my kid has something. Of course, this is my kid, right? Yeah. But, it was fucking really, really nice, man. And it stoked Scout out, like, beyond belief. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So on the other spectrum, how's King doing?
He's great. Yeah. He's doing good, man.
Is he doing better now?
Well, he's just a teenager. Is
he showering?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he's been on it lately.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he's kind of finding his own a little bit now, dude.
Good.
Which still drives me nuts, but
yeah.
These 14-year-old boys are insane, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude. And then I don't know if I showed this video. I'm gonna splice this video in, but fucking Bronson the other day, dude, we were wrestling on the bed. Right, and he's like, "You want a knuckle sandwich?" Right? Did I show you? Did I send you this?
No.
Oh my god! So I'm gonna play the audio, but I'll splice the video in. He fucking killed me, dude. Let me see. Yeah, this fucking kid right here.
Do knuckle sandwich. Say hi to Michael Jackson for me. I see him. Do knuckle sandwich.
What the? He's attacking me on my bed, dude. And he's all, "You want a knuckle sandwich? Say hi to Michael Jackson for me." And he'd run and fucking double kick me in the stomach, dude. I'm like, what the
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, dude.
Where the fuck to get Michael Jackson from?
I have no fucking clue. We got to ask him about it when he gets back, dude. Yeah. But yeah, he is on another level, like, right now, dude. It's fucking killing me, man. It's beautiful. I'm looking forward to our Denver trip. I'm getting way more excited.
Yeah, me too.
We're going out to Denver in April. We're going to film a bunch of content while we're out there, but my buddy Luke passed away, and we're going out there for his funeral. So I'm just, now that I'm, you get back from traveling, it's like I haven't done that. I haven't been able to fly somewhere and just go hang for a couple days.
Yeah.
I don't think in 15 years. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
So I'm fucking stoked. And Denver's such a cool town,
Denver's fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
I'm very excited. It's going to be awesome. One thing I wanted, what the fuck was I going to bring up? I had something else I want to talk about.
Huh.
God damn it, dude. It escaped my brain. Damn it.
I don't know how people come back from vacation and then go right back to work the next day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am so burnt out.
Dude,
I am so exhausted. And we're going to Costco after this.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Good times, dude.
Got to get it done, man.
Yeah.
Got to get it done.
I feel you. Then just in bed the rest of the day.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. I think so.
Oh, that's what I was going to bring up. Our fifth year anniversary is coming up.
Okay.
For the podcast.
Yeah.
So we have to do something fun.
Okay, let's do it.
Right?
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Why are you asking me?
I don't know.
I'm not the one that sets stuff up. I'm just the talent. You're the one that usually, hey, let's do
I
this.
know.
And then I go, okay, and then I make it better.
Yeah. I think we throw a party here, dude.
All right, let's do it.
Right? Let's just bring some people in. Plan on like a party night. Do it on a night we have to do it on a weeknight or something. I don't know. Just start at like fucking 6 o'clock and hang out and have guests come in and just
Yeah,
bullshit.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so 5 years, guys, this podcast has been going. I started this thing 5 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm incredibly excited on where it's going and where it's grown to so far. But
it still impresses me that we've together been doing it for 3 years.
Yeah.
And we haven't missed.
not really a week.
No, we've had somewhere like I couldn't be here for whatever reason. We've had some guests where I was like, well, just especially in the beat where because I wasn't so comfortable with some of the guests, but that's all gone. But that we've done it consistently every week the whole time without really skipping a beat.
Right.
And that's what really makes this stuff keep going and make it happen. Kenny's been here soldiering it up every chance.
Yep.
Just always back there doing the deal. And,
Yep.
He's actually, I'm glad we've got it set up enough now to where he doesn't look like he's going to lose his fucking mind every time we start the show.
Yeah. That's true.
He just kind of comes in and can sit down and have fun with us, which is good. I enjoy that much more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been so much fun, and I can't wait for another 5 years.
Yeah, man. So if you guys have any ideas, suggestions, questions about us or the podcast or anything you want us to address in the 5-year span, fucking reach out. Hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up wherever. GetHeavyPodcast@gmail. Got ideas for topics that you want to fucking hear about? Hit us up, dude. It's going to be fun. 5 years is wild. I can't believe it's been 5 years.
I can't either.
It's crazy.
I remember listening to it back then.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I listened to you and John on Skype with like 3 people from, I think, Oregon or something.
Sure, yeah.
And I listened to it for as long as I could.
Yeah, there you go.
And it was a little hard.
Well, it's rough, dude. I feel like just now, just in the last year, I'm finding my real like footing as far as this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking hard, man. A lot of people don't understand it. I mean, it's not hard to sit here and bullshit with you, but to keep this thing going is fucking, it's a lot of work. You know what I mean? And thank God I got Kenny. Thank God I got you now. It feels like a real team.
Yeah.
Which is nice. You know what I mean? But it's just it's a lot of work, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I watch you guys work, and it does tire me out. It's a lot. It's a lot,
Yep. All right. Well, fuck. Let's get an early one done. Fuck this.
Yeah.
We don't need to be here for an hour.
Once again,
Balcom Canyon Cider,
Balcom
guys.
Canyon, love it.
We love them.
I really do love it. That's no joke.
We're going to be doing some fun content with them here pretty soon. Read another shout out to Dead Man's Beard Co. Check them out. 15%. If you want to get 15% off your first order, use the code GetHeavy. Otherwise, we got our 5-year anniversary show coming up. We're going to have a big, long fucking party. I think we're going to stream it live on YouTube and probably portions of it live on Instagram as well. So we're working on
see how this goes.
Yeah, we'll have a bunch of fucking guests. Oh, is Bronson coming back in?
No, I was talking about doing the live stream.
Oh, yeah. I think we can work it out.
Ever since
this
your
way.
birthday, I've been kind of shell-shocked.
I know, dude. God damn it.
Yeah.
Anyway. But, all right. Fuck it. Let's get out of here.
All right. Love you guys.
Bye.
Peace.
Get some sleep, Jay.
No, I'm fucking tired, dude.